Watch what you say, I don't know what's in store. The return of the wizard is coming back for more. The return of the wizard, the face behind that door. And he'll walk on the land with wisdom in his hand. And you'll find your heart in league with the wizard.
Welcome to Bind and Equip, episode 317. I don't know why I was leaned forward like that. On the 16th of April, 2024, I'm Wemb, and with me as always is Tempest. Hey, Temp.
Jeepers, hello.
I was going like this at the start, and I really shouldn't do that. So, how you doing?
I'm good.
Nah! Wait. Let's hear about it in real life.
Did you answer the question of life? What are we doing here?
Poor little elephant.
I do love that clip of the elephant.
It's very fun. For something I just grabbed. Real life, what's going on?
How have you been?
I've been okay.
Yeah.
Had a couple of early mornings, but not stupid early like last week.
No, that's
Not
nice.
4 o'clockers.
Last week it was all 4 and 4:30, wasn't it?
It's so stupid. Like 4 o'clock means that I have to get up. Means I have to shower the night before because I will not get up before 3 o'clock. Because in my head, 3 o'clock is the start of the earliest of the morning.
Yes.
Anything before 3 o'clock is not the morning, it's the night before.
I'm going 3 o'clock is still the night.
Really, if I had my way, 6 o'clock would be the morning.
Yes.
But
5, I can accept 5.
no, get up at 5, but to get to work at 5,
yeah, no.
I have to get up at 3:30.
Yeah, no, get up at 5.
Takes me 45 minutes to get ready and 45 minutes to drive into work. Am I keeping you up?
Sorry, we're recording later than usual and I'm a bit tired. I'm a bit tie-tie.
Yeah.
Not that I got up at 5 o'clock.
Had some late ones.
We had Princess the Plague Bringer and little baby Theo over
Little
today.
baby Theo. Hello.
Bubba.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
So I looked after Theo today for a little while, and then because they were coming back at that time, they stayed for dinner. So it was
Is that
nice.
age now where he sees Pa, he just grins at me.
I know he clearly
My heart,
recognises you,
melts.
doesn't it? Yeah. He looks at you and goes, "I don't know you," and then gives you a big smile.
Is that fun guy?
What? Fungi? You're a mushroom.
No.
It was my first day back at work yesterday.
Huzzah.
And to celebrate, we had the trifecta:
First 3 horses in a row.
vomit, wee, poo. I scored the vomit. So
When I think trifecta, it's not what I think of.
So when I pushed that back onto Fee to do the wee and poo.
So is that where you delineate your responsibilities?
Well, a vomit doesn't actually bother me too much. I mean, it was gross because it was milk. And it was on the carpet. My least favourite thing. But, apart from that, it doesn't really bother me. So I don't mind doing the vomit, whereas most people don't like doing the vomit. So then I could pass off the
I
poo.
don't want to do any of it.
The poo is a child that has way too much fruit in their diet. So that's
So it's
also...
not even like a log.
No, it's horrendous. Horrendous.
Let's move away from that. On the weekend,
We had a bit of a getaway.
we did have a getaway.
So kids had bought us tickets to see Will Anderson, so an Australian comedian. He is hilarious.
He's the best.
And they'd also paid for an overnight stay in the city, not far from where Will was playing. So
Yes.
that was amazing, and it was upgraded to a suite. And so
Yes, they gave us an apartment.
Yes, it was lovely. And the best thing is, this particular chain are renowned for having really good beds and really good pillows. And
Ridges,
so
I'm not scared to say.
it was like dreaming in clouds.
It was
Sleeping
very
in clouds.
nice.
It was so comfy.
Although I had a bit of a crick in my neck because I've gotten used to a flat pillow and they had those big...
Yeah, but you should have only had one pillow.
I did, that was too much.
Okay. Well, pillows were delightful.
So that was amazing.
It was.
And
It was really
had
good fun. Oh, and we went to
beautiful stalactites,
Stalactites,
Greek
which is
food
gluten-free.
after we saw Will.
And, We ate way too much and we went home.
Now, there was an incident the next day that you were going to tell people about.
What's there?
Yeah, I'll start it and
Okay, yeah.
Temp will jump in because
Once
she'll
I
remember.
Yeah.
So the next day we took our stuff down to the car,
Yes.
checked out,
Yes.
and there was a gluten-free cafe that we wanted to go and have breakfast at.
Yes.
So we went for a bit of a walk, probably about a 10-minute walk, jumped on a tram,
Yep.
went about a kilometre,
Yep.
3/4 of a mile, whatever. Walked through a laneway that was nice and scary but exciting.
It wasn't scary, but anyway.
To another lane and
Yep.
then walked down, and there were like 1 million people there and no seats. So we turned around and came back, and when we were coming back, we got to an intersection almost back to where the hotel was,
Yes.
and there was an older couple standing on the corner.
Oh, yes. Oh, gosh, I'd forgotten about them. So they're on the corner and they're having a debate about where
Debate
something
is
was.
a very generous term.
So he's saying, come on, I'll show you. I know where it is.
He's
and
saying it's this way, which was west.
And she's saying, no,
No, it's this way,
it's
which
on
was
this particular
north.
street, which to get to the street, you did have to go the way she was saying.
So 2 different directions. But it was funny because at the start, the dynamic of them was he was like letting her talk. It was so generous of this old man. And she was saying, no, it's on this street. I know it is. And he's going, okay, sure it is.
And he goes, come on, I'll show you.
He says, let's have $1,000 bet, which these two have never had $1,000, let me tell you.
Well, not to bet. I wouldn't bet $1,000 on anything.
Neither would I, but I don't think they had $1,000 anyway.
No, but...
And he says, so he's like being all generous and magnanimous, going, okay, I guess you know where it is. But then he says, let's go this way and I'll show you where it is. And she goes, no, because it's this way.
And so the lights go green and she starts walking and he stays at the thing.
He's
and
going, no, where are you going? It's this way. And she goes, see ya.
she goes, it's on Little Lonsdale, and she's heading towards Little Lonsdale. And I was like, at what point will one of them give in?
Yeah. And we were going the same way as her. So we were behind her about 10 feet, walking along. And we were behind her, I reckon, for a good 200 yards. She did not look back once. He wasn't with her.
No,
He didn't go.
He didn't catch up either the whole time we were behind
He
her.
didn't go that way at all. He just went the other way.
We walked a whole block with her.
But if we had that fight, and we would never do that, but if we had that fight and walked in different directions, I'd be going, there's no way I could not check what you were doing.
It didn't
Not that we would do that. We would never do that.
It did not appear that this was
And
the first time.
I was so proud of this lady. She did not look back. Not one time.
She would not be mansplained to, not one little bit.
No, she was great.
And I wondered how it was going to resolve, because I was like, so when she gets there, is she going to ring him and say, I'm at the
Well, one of them's
at the
clearly going
restaurant?
to be right and one's going to be wrong.
Well, not necessarily, because...
Well, they can both be wrong, but they can't both be right.
No, because he might have gone that way and then that way to Little Lonsdale, and she might be going that way and then that way.
he was saying it was in West Melbourne.
Well...
He was saying that they were disagreeing on points of the compass directions to the tune of
but
90 degrees.
I'm saying she could have gone north and then west, and he could have gone west and then
No,
north.
because she was already on the street.
No.
Oh, no, she was walking to the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, she was very determined, and so was he, and he did not catch up to her in the time that we were there.
No,
So,
it was amazing.
yes. I forgot about that. God, that was
Yeah.
so funny.
It was hilarious. We were cacking
I
ourselves.
forgot to even tell Princess about that. It was so
There was
funny.
something else we were laughing at. Was there something from the restaurant?
So, yes, we were laughing about the waitress at the restaurant.
Oh, that's right. One of the
So-
waitresses at the restaurant clearly did not want to be there.
Stalactites is one of those restaurants. First of all, you have to queue. You can't book unless you've got a big booking.
It's very strange for us to even like this restaurant, which
Yes,
is
'cause
a mark of how good the food is, because we hate
I
to
do
queue.
not queue. But they move. It's a big restaurant. It's got 2 levels. There's an upstairs and a downstairs. And they move people, and they do it from like 10 a.m. in the morning
Yep.
until about 2 or 3 at
And
night.
it's not one of those restaurants where you have a long boozy dinner and stay there for hours, although we do.
Yes.
But
was
like
just
if
gonna say,
we're
what are you
with
talking
friends,
about?
we
Yeah.
will stay there for hours.
But you never feel like they're
the
pushing you.
turnover. No, you don't feel like they're
No.
pushing you, but they're very fast with bringing the food out, and the turnover is really quick.
So we got there and the queue was around the corner. I was like, "Oh, it's going to be a bit of a wait." Well, we waited 20 minutes, so it wasn't a big wait. And I reckon
There's
we were
probably 50 people in front of us, I reckon.
Yeah, probably. So it just moves very quickly. Anyway, the food is amazing. They're celiac accredited, and they do even pita and souvlaki and all of that. So good.
It's
But
really
the
nice.
one of the waitresses upstairs was so bored, annoyed.
Well, she didn't want to be there. She wasn't
did
having
not
a good
want to be-
time.
She was, first of all, it's a restaurant where the wait staff move, like it's fast paced, and she was in slow motion, which was driving another waiter absolutely mental. And then she wandered away from her station, and then someone else is filling in. He's like, "Oh, could you come back?" And she's like, "No." Like she was just, she did not want to be there. I don't know whether she was not feeling 100%, but like it was funny to watch. It was funny to watch as someone who might have had to work with her. I could imagine getting very, very annoyed very quickly, but
Yes.
it was hilarious to watch.
It was. Anything else new?
That was it.
Real lifestyle?
Yeah, I think that was it.
I think that's about it. All right, let's move it into the news. Exciting news.
Ooh, exciting.
So we made our predictions last week.
We did. You
And
were a
we
little
were-
bit. You were a little bit on the money about it.
I was pretty wrong. It was a bit wrong.
Well,
it doesn't matter. It was
No,
only a
what you
guess.
said was it should take advantage of time walkers and use different expansions. That is absolutely on the money.
I super underestimated them. I thought they were just going to bring in the raid,
Yes.
but we're getting an event.
So if you haven't heard, it's pandemonium,
And
everyone.
it's slide worthy. Look, here it is.
Ooh,
So
it's very pretty.
yeah, so World of Warcraft Remix, Mists of Pandaria. It's a time limited event. We're going to do the entirety of Mists of Pandaria expansion at an accelerated rate, from 10 through to 70.
Nice.
They're overhauling the loot to increase your experience and power as you go. Everyone who's looked at it says it's super fun. I can't wait. The accelerated leveling and content is going to allow you to take on nearly every quest, scenario, dungeon and raid.
Lovely.
So you'll make your character starting at level 10 to adventure all the way to 70, as I said.
It has to be a new character. It can't be one that you've just got.
Yes,
there
it's
sitting there.
just for the event.
Yes.
While the event's on.
Yes.
Afterwards, you get to keep it.
Yep.
So, as far as I understand, you'll log into your... Oh, and they're going to give more slots.
Yes.
If you've got full slots on your
There'll be
server,
extra
we're going to get
space.
some extra ones. And what's going to happen is you're going to roll a new character for this event on your server, but only to play the event. And then at the end of it, when the event's over, that character will live on your server. So there's not so much gold. Doesn't really play a role. It's all gear. It's almost like they've brought a bit of Diablo into WoW with that frenetic pace and loot, just dropping non-stop. And you can convert your unwanted items into a new currency, which is bronze, and then you can use that to upgrade items or purchase cosmetics and stuff. And as I say, you'll keep what you collect at the end. Your transmogs, mounts, pets, etc. stay with you into the war within.
Nice.
So you don't need to buy an expansion or anything, or have the newest expansion. All you need is a World of Warcraft subscription, or in the countries that don't have subscription, Game Time.
Yep.
Classic players can participate simply by installing the modern client. So you don't need to buy an expansion, you just load the client. WoW trial accounts will also be able to do it.
But only up to 20.
Only up to level 20.
Yeah.
That's without a subscription.
Yes.
But I think up to level 20, by the sound of the people I've seen that have been on the PTR looking at it, that will be not very long at all. So yeah, you'll create a new character, Collect a variety of powerful new items and transmogs. Take your transmogs with you when you continue. Your remix characters will convert to normal at the end of the event, as I said. Just checking off all the stuff here. It starts at level 10, and when you do start that for the event, that character will only be able to play with characters that are taking part in the event. So you can't take them into retail.
You can't move them either.
You can't leave Mists of Pandaria even.
Pandaria, that's right.
Character and the characters that you make in the selection screen will have a special icon next to them, so you'll know that they're only for the remix or pandemonium. So once you've created your character, you'll begin your new journey in the Time Asylum, meet up with the Infinite Dragonflight and Eternus, who will set you on your path. So it's actually it's time travelling, but not really. So you can earn
A bit of Chromie style.
Well, a lot of people are saying this could replace or enhance Chromie time. It's looking so much fun. So you can earn titles, a variety of transmogs, and they're going to add in tons of colour variants of older mounts and stuff like that.
Sure.
And all the Mists of Pandaria achievements during the remix event will become feats of strength when the event's finished.
Nice.
So you'll get all your achievements and stuff.
Lovely.
As I said before, any drop you get can be converted into this new currency, which is bronze, and there'll be a bazaar in each zone where you can use that currency to purchase upgrades, and you can purchase everything from class transmogs to Mists of Pandaria mounts, toys, and stuff like that. There's no auction house. There's no professions.
Nice.
Yeah. So it sounds like it's going to be huge fun.
Yeah, it does sound like it's going to be huge fun. I'm keen to see how long it will go for.
I think it'll go up until the pre-patch.
Yes, but we don't know when it starts. Is it going to be a month? Is it going to be 2?
I think they've left it vague to see how much people like it.
Yeah.
And
well,
possibly...
we're really excited, and Princess is very excited because she didn't play much of Mists, so she's decided that she's going to get a subscription and come and play with us a couple of nights a week. So
we
that'll be fun.
Might even stream with her a little bit.
Yeah, we
See how
definitely
we
will.
go. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, really good.
So speaking of
Streaming.
YouTube and streaming, if you could find the time to like and subscribe on YouTube, just to help us out.
Yeah.
You can do it right now while
subscribe.
While I'm saying this to you, you could be doing it.
Send feedback.
Clicking the thumbs up.
Send feedback.
Subscribing. It doesn't hurt. It's free and it helps us out.
Yes, please. You can also...
It algorithms us up.
It does. You can also follow us on YouTube at BindOnAQuipWow, Twitter at BindOnAQuipWow, Instagram at BindOnAQuipWow. Did you post anything like you promised on Instagram?
Not at all. But this week, absolutely.
And Facebook is at BindOnAQuip. Thanks to everyone for your comments and feedback. We do read it all and love it. And speaking of that,
we got a message from
our lovely Snowy.
He said he decided to dust down his limited edition, one-of-a-kind Bind and Equip hoodie that we presented to him about 5 years ago.
I think it was. I think it was at your 50th birthday.
6 years ago then.
Oh, yeah?
He said it's perfect on a chilly Scottish day.
Must have been
And
freezing.
he said it made him think about how different people play WoW, as the hoodie normally lives on the back of his desk chair. He says he knows I used to use a Logitech gamepad, and he had a Razer Tartarus.
For a while.
Tartarus, whatever.
However.
And wondered what I'm playing the game on now. Well, I'm playing on a Razer Tartarus now.
There you go.
Which has obscenely limited function on a Mac.
Yes, it does.
Can't change anything. 1, 2,
Well, you can always give it up.
3 of the buttons are redundant. They don't do anything.
One day, Logitech will be, or is it Razer?
Razer.
Or Logitech? Razer will be more Mac friendly.
I doubt it.
It is a really interesting question about wondering how other people play. I am still a point and click chick, much to Wem's horror.
Disgraceful. I actually have a good guide on how to remap your keyboard, and that is going to be one of our projects. We're going to both learn to key click on our little keyboards. We're going to remap it.
Oh,
like this guy said, it's going to be
okay.
so cool.
I really don't like it.
Okay. Shall we... Let's get rid of that.
Yes.
And shall we take it in game?
We should. Night.
She's not saying night to you.
No, I'm not. I'm saying night to our beautiful children who waited and paused until we were in a not talking.
All right, how's the raid progress going?
Yeah, so last night we actually made really great progress on, I don't know how to say her name. Namu. She's the one, for those of you who are like me and can never remember the names or what that even means, she's the one with the 2 tree friends and divides the area up into segments that you can't cross over.
Yes.
And has the puddles and the pools.
Draws all the
lines.
teal coloured boundaries on the floor.
I think they're light blue.
That is teal.
No, teal is a greenish blue. This was our
If you say so.
second look at her, and we're actually making some really good progress. The first time we looked at it, I think we only had 2 or 3 goes that we didn't get the shields off the trees, and so it was a big disaster. So last night we were actually killing the trees and going back into that first phase again before there were not enough people to continue.
Let me pose a question.
Okay, pose away.
If everyone in our raid group and guild gets addicted to Mists of Pandaria, is there any chance we raid in Pandaria for the rest of the expansion?
Ew, do you mean no? Why would we?
Because Orgrimmar was awesome.
The Siege of Orgrimmar.
Yeah, it was one of the best raids ever.
But you'd have to do it on the new tunes. Who
Yeah.
knows if it'll even be a viable raid?
Who cares?
Well, it would
We're
need
gonna
to
be
be
so
a viable
OP.
raid.
All right.
It's not going to be
I
OP.
just wondered.
The
I
whole
was thinking
idea
the
is
other
that it's
day,
not you're
what
not
if everyone
OP.
just loves it and doesn't
if you
wanna
go
leave?
through and you're OP, that's going to be terrible. That's not going to be fun.
Interesting. How's your mains gear?
My mains gear is stuck. I'm stuck with a few champion pieces waiting to be upgraded to heroes, and probably waiting for new bosses later in the raid. I'm also really quite miffed because this expansion, we've had 2 different raids where there's been an enchant to pick up, a recipe.
Not dropping?
Not from the last 2 raids. How much time did we spend in there? And it's not one of the end ones. Like, this one is on Laradar, but we spent a lot of time doing Laradar every week as we went through and progressed to the rest of the raid. And we're killing him regularly now on Heroic, and we've done him millions of times on LFR, and that hasn't dropped. And the other one is on Magmarax or something like that. It's like boss 2 or 3, and we didn't get it in all of the times that we raided.
It's like that legendary piece that Nonki was after from the second raid.
Yes. I don't
Off the
think
last
did he
boss.
get it?
And even when we were doing it in Heroic, and then when we did it in Heroic, we'd go back and do it on normal, and he never got it.
No. So I just think, what's that called when they talk about the more often you do it, the more chance.
Bad luck protection.
Yes, there's no bad luck protection going on, because that should have happened. Like, there's 2 enchants that I cannot get.
Yeah, they really, even if they
and they're weapon
said,
enchants that I could be making money off.
Yeah. Even if they said this is the amount of times we would expect you should be able to get it, and then you knew. And I've done that with a couple of other things where they say, like, for instance, if you do this 100 times, you will absolutely get it. Then you would know, okay, we've got to target that, and we've just got to keep doing it until we get that number. Yeah.
But we've done those bosses quite a lot of times, so I'm starting to get quite annoyed.
Or even after a while, when everyone's had a good shot at it, maybe you should be able to buy it with currency or something like that.
I don't know. The other thing that I did want to talk about was my poor druid. Despite my 4 emails asking Blizzard very kindly not to keep just dealing out
saying the same stuff,
the same exact wording,
reading off a sheet
every time, and just saying, could you please just look at what I'm saying? And if you
3 times now they've got
4
back to you with the copy paste.
With copy and paste, and I've just said this is actually a malicious thing. Someone is using your auto feature to target people.
Yep.
To grief them, and I don't think I've yet had a person actually look at it and and tell me fairly what I've breached with that name, because it's not offensive.
I wonder how that dev would feel if we found out what their tune was called and just mass reported them as being inappropriate.
Yes. Well, I wonder.
Then
if
they
you
would
can.
understand how you feel.
It's really frustrating, and I'm not asking for special treatment. I'm not asking for that at all. If you think that it is a breach, then say it breaches this code, this number.
Yeah.
It breaches this ethical thing. But to just keep giving me the same bullshit spiel, word for word, without even acknowledging that that I have upscaled
Well,
this.
at least now we maybe
upscaled.
know what they're using AI for.
That's very annoying. It's
All right,
frustrating.
let's keep it moving.
The weekly quest was
Weekly
arenas this
quest,
week, so that
arenas,
was a
bleh.
no. Not that we had any time in game on the weekend.
A busy weekend. We didn't
yes.
do any Emerald Dream,
No,
but we did do Mythics. We did 3 Mythics.
We did
Three?
do mythics. No, I think we only did 2 in there, didn't we? We did a Tel Dazar.
Tel Dazar was a Tel Disaster.
Was it an Tel Disaster? Then we did Everbloom.
Everbloom
And
was smashed it.
Yes. So same level, 13, and just smashed that one. A Tel Dazar.
We just got stuck on that second boss with the Tel Dazar and we stuffed it up about 3 times.
Yeah. So anyway.
And then that was the end of that.
Yes. But yeah.
I mean, we only ended up missing it by less than a minute.
No.
Was it a minute and a bit then?
No, we were on the second boss when our timer expired.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah. Anyway, that was a disaster. But
We didn't get a chance to
Everbloom was
stream.
good.
We've really got to get into the streaming.
Wem's a bit anti.
I'm not anti. I'm just waiting for perfect conditions and I'll realise that that's not the way to do it.
It's never going to happen.
It's got to switch it on and away you go.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. No LFR. Looking forward to getting into the Mist stuff.
Yes, that's been very exciting, and we've actually watched a couple of podcasts about it too. So we've watched a tally, and we've watched that other guy. Don't even say who.
Well,
it
there's
is.
another new one where, I'm not allowed to say who that is because you just slander them every single time.
Yeah, well, he's a douche.
Okay.
I don't even know who his name is.
It's probably for the best. There's actually 2 that you dislike. One I don't even bother trying with anymore. And the other one I actually get quite a lot out of, so...
Well, he might be informative, but he's just got an attitude that shits me.
See if you can work it out from that.
I bet they can. But
don't-
Tally and Evertell are lovely, and I enjoyed listening to their podcast.
Yeah,
this
we've
week.
got one of those to watch, actually.
Oh,
It's
okay.
only like a 13-minute or so.
The one we
We'll
watched
hop
was
in-
long.
Might hop into bed and watch that.
All right.
All right, so I think we might wind it up there.
Oh, excuse me. I've got words of wisdom.
Yeah, I was segueing to
Oh, I
that.
thought you were just winding me up, just skipping right over my words of wisdom.
Any words of wisdom to leave the listeners with this week, Tim?
Yes, I do. And here it is. And this goes for that dude as well. Don't be a douche, because you never know when you're going to end up in a group with us and then being named and shamed right here.
I'm sure that the person you're talking about would be shaking in his boots at
I'm
the
sure
prospect of
sure
being
he's not.
named and shamed to literally dozens of people.
Do you know what? I don't think he does. And here's the thing. It's not his content. His content is fine. It's his attitude. I'm so much better than Blizzard all of the time that it...
All right, you're going to have to stop now
grates
because
me.
you're getting a little bit too descriptive.
It grates me. It irks me. Like, even when we've got an issue with Blizzard, like, I'm cross about what they've done with my druid, but I'm not going, I know better than Blizzard.
Firstly, the imitation, spot on. We've come to the end of another episode of Bind on Equip. Wow. Thanks for hanging out with us. Until next time, I'm Tim.
You're temp.
Yep.
I guess that makes me whim.
Heart out. See ya.